Friends, welcome back with another mission on the Van Hub, which is Jigsaw 1. The link will be put into the description section below so that you can download and play the machine if you want to. From my point of view, this machine is very hard. Maybe double very. Even I'm not talking about the most difficult part of buffer overflow attack. I think you will know what I mean afterwards when we get there. However, this machine deserves your own practice because it will involve some important techniques such as packet analysis, the XSE XML external entity attack, and also the privilege escalation. Before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave likes below. You're greatly appreciated. So enough talk, let's just get started. We can head over to Kali Linux VM. I've already identified the IP address of the target as 155. Normally, we can do the port and self-scanning with a map to identify the open port number and its corresponding service information. And then we can check to see whether any service has vulnerability or not. But when we come to this machine, you cannot get anything. So this would be the first difficulty with this machine. Actually, as I was referring to other walkthrough, we need to capture packets or capture response, which would, not response, we need to capture something which is sending from the target machine. But I'd like to tell you, I didn't receive anything except some, ARP packet. The ARP packets themselves doesn't give us anything useful. So the problem is the network mode of the target machine. Usually, I imported the target machine into the hypervisor like VMware or VirtualBox as host-only mode because this is a much more preferable way to do the pen testing. However, if you do this way, you will get the same results, which we cannot go any further. We need to configure the target machine as bridge mode. And then, in order to capture information or something from the target machine, we can use TCP dump, the TCP dump or the Wireshark. But the Wireshark is GUI. Maybe it's more efficient. Okay, so now let's fire up Wireshark to capture the traffic. And we can select the interface to capture. And also we can, filter out the target machine. Press enter. And we need to wait for a moment to see whether we can get something from the target machine. As you can see, we got the first packet, and the source is our target machine, 155. And the destination is broadcast, and the protocol is UDP. And we got something, we can check out the destination port number is 36. And in the payload, we can get something. We can copy, the G194 S4W was always fascinated with this speak. In fact, he used it for a lot of his password. So I think this information is very, very important for our pen testing. Okay, and actually, this information itself tell us two things. First one, we need to connect to the 66 port number, and also we need to supply or fit some data. This case would be this one. We can copy, maybe we can note down the information. So we can I copy? I cannot. J1 line, one line, S4W, S4W. Let me make double check. J19 S4W, S4W. Okay, so I think now we got the second broadcasting message. The content and the payload are the same. So I think we do not need to use Wireshark anymore. We can close up the Wireshark. And now we can try to use Netcat to connect to the target on the port number 666. And if you put something, nothing returned. However, if you fit this data, you got something back, and we can copy. Maybe we can disconnect from the target. We can echo, and we got the first flag. So you completed your first test. Now knock this number to find what you seek. So I think we can copy. It's very clear at this point what we are going to do. We need to make port locking. And you can use the map, but more efficient way is to use the knock unity. Okay, and we can put the IP address of the target, and we need to put the port numbers in order at its end. Press enter. If you run the map now, this time, you can get something. Press enter. We can give a bit sweet time to finish, and then we can see whether we can get open port number. All right, as you can see over here, this time we got open port number, which is 80. So then, as usual, we can do the immersion with this web application. And of course, you can use the SV option to determine its exact service information. But I'm not going to do that here. And we can access this application. Press enter. Oh, sorry, I need to turn off the proxy. Press enter. And we got this site back, but this picture is flashing. A bit interesting. As usual, we can check its source code, but very difficult to get the source code. But don't worry, we can use the Q to retrieve the page. Press enter, and as you can see, we got this home page back from the target. So this page is very simple and has one picture jigsaw. When you are in hell, only your mind can help you out. Test 2 will soon arrive. So maybe we can do some immersion with some utilities like Ligto and GoBuster. You know, Ligto can give us information about the web application from different aspects, such as the header or the banner attached to, and also allowed HTTP methods, but nothing important here. Next, we can launch GoBuster to do the directory immersion. Directory, extension option, GoBuster discovered the home page or default page. It seems that GoBuster cannot discover anything beyond this home page. To save time of this video, I will not wait anymore. So I think we have already done almost everything what we can with this web application, but not so exciting results we can get. So just now we have already know that the web application or the home page has this picture. Maybe we need to download this picture to Kali Linux for further analysis. We can use wget, press enter. We can use the file command to analyze. You know, for the picture analysis, there will be some techniques. The file, the string, you know, string can retrieve the readable character, and also, you know, if the image is the GPG, we can use stack hide, stack seek to try to extract hidden message, and also we can use bin walk. Okay, so of course these are major techniques when we'll try to analyze the picture or images. This case, of course, I forgot another very important technique, EXIF2, which you can print out or retrieve the metadata of this file. We can use EXIF2, but nothing interesting. Next, we can use stack hide extract. It's not supported. I think the GIF is not supported by the stack seek either. So next we can use strings. We got something this time. You know, this one at its end, from its length is very different from other lines, right? And also has a slash. So maybe this should be the directory, okay? And also, you know, the home page, there is one comment which is saying the test2 will arrive soon, okay? So maybe this would be we can copy and paste to our notebook. We can access this directory by the browser. Press enter. And so this should be the login page, email. And we can try to, of course, at this moment, we do not have any email. So how to do? Maybe we can try to use login bypass technique, like admin and password. Login doesn't exist. So how about admin? Admin doesn't exist. And also this information, whatever email or username we input, this information will be returned back from the target machine. So maybe this has some sort of vulnerability. And also we can check its source code. And this has some JavaScript, has one function, XML function. So maybe this web application is utilizing XML to transfer data from the client, between the client and the target and the server. Okay. Also, if you want, you can try to use SQL map to test to see whether this page is vulnerable to the SQL injection vulnerability. But I don't think you can find, because I've already done when I did the machine the first time. So at this point, we can guess that this application is possibly vulnerable to the XML or XSE vulnerability, XML external entity attack. And you can go to these payloads, all the things, to use some payloads to try to test. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. So how to do? We can utilize the Burp Suite for our purpose to test such vulnerability, which can make things to be much easier. Sorry. And go to the proxy, and we can input anything, test.com, login. And then, as you can see, we got the request. Yeah, our guess is indeed correct. The post body is in the format of XML. So then we can send the request to repeater or module. And here we can do some testing. And we need to get some payloads to test. And for example, we can copy this part. Of course, I think you need to walk through all payloads until you can find the right one. We can copy and paste over here. We can copy. Maybe we just copy this part. Okay. Put over here. And then we can remove the email, and we try to access the variable XSE, and then we can send. As you can see, we successfully retrieved the password file, and we can know the user is Jigsaw. We can copy and paste over here. So next, we will come across the second big difficulty. Normally, what we can do, we can try to, for example, to retrieve to see whether we can access the private key, right? but nothing, right? And also, you know, we can try to access the bash history. Sent doesn't exist. Actually, we need to retrieve the configuration file of the NOC, because as we know, NOC process or daemon process is running on the server, on the target machine. And this should be the NOC dconf. Okay, sent. As you can see, we got the configuration of the NOC daemon process. And just now we have already knocked the door or knocked the port with this order, and the port number or HTTP service is running. So next we can try to knock these ports to let SSH port number open or SSH service running. We can copy the 3 port numbers, and let's pull up the terminal, use knock, and paste over here. We need to remove the comma, press enter. So next we can try to, connect or scan the SSH service. We do not need to do the full range port scan this case. Press enter. As you can see now, 22 port number is open, which is running SSH service. So just now we have already got the username. And do you remember when we analyzed the packets, we got this one. This should be the password. So also this password was used for the UDP collection, which is running on the port number 666. And also the author said this one would be used for his passwords, not just password. And also from the pattern of this string, this is very similar to the username. So I think we have very good reason to believe this user use this as SSH passwords either. So let's try now. SSH jigsaw. Press enter. Yes, accept. And we can copy password from notebook and paste over here. It does work, right? So next we need to do some local enumeration to elevate our privilege. And what about this one? Cat. We can copy. So we got the second flag. Hack or fail, make your choice. Now comes your final test. So it means that we need to elevate our privilege to root user. And we can check ID, nothing here. Go to the home directory, only one normal user. So next we can go to OPT directory, go to scripts, what it's about, no permission, go to var, go to backups, nothing here, and go to www directory, go to HTML directory, and game2, get game2 PHP, but nothing interesting here. So maybe next we can upload the NumPy shell script to do the automatic enumeration, right? We can open up a new tab. I've already got this script ready, not. So then we can copy from my toolsets directory. Oh, what I'm doing. And next we need to upload this script to the target by setting up a web server on the Kali Linux. Now let's go back. We can use wget. But this doesn't work. So maybe because some security feature used in my network, which doesn't matter. We can, we can manually get something. For example, we can use find the perm. This command can find the binaries with which has SUID bit. I think you can notice this one very quickly. Game 3, we can run it to see about. So most people are so grateful to be hacker, but not you anymore. We can use the file command to display error. Oh, file bin game 3. So this should be the 32 Linux executable. And also we can use strings to retrieve readable characters from this binary. So most people string tab comment. Maybe we need to test whether this binary is vulnerable to the buffer overflow attack. So we can run it. Bin game 3. We can fit very long data. We got the segmentation fault. Indeed, this binary is vulnerable to the buffer overflow. So next we can transfer this binary to our Kali Linux, right? So how to do? We can use SAP. 这个是 we can the username because difficult for me to remember it. Three, and we can Kali desktop one hub sock. We can copy its password, paste in here, and we can make it executable. And then we can use GDB to launch debugging. And we can generate the data with a specific pattern. Okay, for example, 200. And then we can run. We can copy the data or string. Okay, as you can see, it's broken. And also the EIP is overflowed by our data. Next, we can calculate offset of the EIP. This is where we try to overflow. And we can copy from here. So the offset is 76. Normally we need to try to find the like bad characters and the address of the next instruction, but come to this case, I must admit this is a bit difficult. Actually, we need to utilize the one shared library, and to I'm not I cannot um, do this by myself, so I need to get some help from other guys. Actually, I have already got it down. As you can see here, we need to find the address for the libc shared library, and also exit address, and also the shell address. So to get such addresses, we need to run some commands on the target machine. Okay, so here, and this is the first one, and the next command is this one. This is the first time I run such commands. And the next, and the last one. So then we got all required addresses to exploit the buffer overflow. Okay, so next we need to create the Python script, and we can exit. I've already got this one already, and we can import the subpress module, and the core method can run commands or can run binary, and this should be the base address. You can get it from here. Yeah, this one. And the next one is, sorry, and the sys address is this one. Yeah, this address. And the next is exit address. Exit address. Okay, and the shell address. Yeah, this one. And of course, we need to, invert the address. So we can use the struct module. So next we can create the code on the Kali Linux. We can copy, and we can, so vim is there. Okay, so now we just and then we can reach Python 3, Python 2, okay, it's trying to make buffer overflow attack. Okay, as you can see, we successfully attacked, and now we can navigate to root directory and to get the final flag. I like the machine, except the last part. To be honest, the buffer overflow attack for this machine is very difficult for me. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.